And we're live. Hello. Happy Saturday. Hello, 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 hello. It is me, Jinyo. Well, like if you didn't recognize me, I look a little bit different. There's a little different background that reflects the current environment that I'm finding myself in, which is a very, very hot tropical northern Germany, which makes no sense. But it is what it is. Hello, Beansy. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Wait. A little bit of ASMR. Okay. This is my cold as ice Coke. Only have one left. So I'm gonna drink this. And when this drink reaches its last drop, I might end the stream. It is just too hot today. I had different plans for the Saturday. I thought I'm just gonna come home from the beach. I went to the beach today. Come home, maybe eat something beforehand, come home, and then just spend the entire late afternoon / evening, early evening, and then just play a bunch of Expedition 33. But I got a heat stroke or sunstroke, whatever it's called. Even though I use sunscreen, I drank a lot of water. I drank close to 3 liters of water today, I swear. But when I came home, I felt very dizzy. Very dizzy, I had migraines. So I drank a lot. I lay down on the couch and then I fell asleep. Took a little nap, woke up, felt fine. So maybe it wasn't a stroke, maybe I was just a little bit dehydrated, I don't know. But yeah, it's just very, very hot. I hope you're feeling better. Don't worry about it. It was just a small ouchie when it comes to my head. No, but it is. I swear I'm not exaggerating this when I'm talking about the heat. All the time. It's just not common for northern Germany to be that hot. Usually our like the average temperature, even around summer, is around like 20, 21 degrees. And then we have the outliers, right? You have some very hot days, like close to 30 degrees, 28 degrees, 29, etc. Those are the good summer days. But now we're getting these on not only on a more frequent basis, but it seems like we're getting these types of hot days on like earlier. Every single summer it seems like we're reaching the 30 degree mark. Like faster than we did in the previous year, and it's June 21st and we hit the 30 degree mark already twice, and tomorrow, which I don't even know how that happens. It's northern Germany, by the way. Like, we're supposed to be the cold north or the moderate weather north. Tomorrow the weather will peak at 31 degrees Celsius. We're talking about Celsius here. And it's just too hot to do anything. And that is why I will keep today's stream very short. And tomorrow we will have another one of those very late night streams. But at the end of tomorrow, so tomorrow night, there's a storm to be, like they predicted stormy weather. So it's gonna get very cold in the upcoming week. Or not very cold, but it's just normal degrees again. And I do love my summer. I prefer winter, definitely. I do love my summer. It just depends on what you have to do, right? Mari's joining. Cool. Very cool. It really depends. Like, today was fantastic. You couldn't wish for better weather. Because it was slightly, like, there was a slight breeze. So, went into the water. Got back to the towel to tan myself, right, or to dry myself, and then there's like this little slide of wind that basically walks over your body, and it's just, today was like literally perfect. You couldn't wish for a more perfect weather. But for situations like this, like streaming, sitting in a room with with closed doors and closed windows, it's just not bearable. And as I explained many times, in Germany, ACs are just not a thing. We have very, very good insulation, meaning the heat will be trapped in this apartment, which is fantastic because that also means that in winter you don't really have to heat that much, because it's just very good ice insulated. But that also means that if it gets super hot outside, the heat will stay here for a while, because now the weather's cooling down outside, right? It's now like getting colder and colder and colder, but the apartment isn't. That's the thing. So that's why I have to wait until like very, very late hours for me. Like now it's 10 p.m. and it's still super hot. Like I'm melting in my room. And tomorrow it will be even worse. So tomorrow we're gonna have another one of those 1 hour streams, but I will probably start it around 11 p.m. because it's gonna be super hot tomorrow. Super duper hot. You know, when I was young, I'm gonna tell you another one of those back in my day story. The moment the weather was like getting close to 30 degrees, we got off school. Like we got a free day. Because like in German, I don't know if I could translate it properly into English, but it was called hitzefrei, meaning heat free. So you got a free day of school because of the heat. And they usually measured it in the morning, right? Or before 12 p.m. And if it was just too hot on a certain hour of the day, and they would just tell the kids, hey, rest of the day is off. You can go home. Now, if they don't do that anymore, what I was trying to say is that if they would do it now, they would probably have to do it almost every second day now in June. Because it was such a rare occasion that the temperatures rose to close to like 30 degrees in June, that is why we had the like rule in the first place, right? Because it was so uncommon that the schools were saying, hey, you know what, it's 28 degrees, the children should not melt in this classroom, they should be outside enjoying this fantastic day of summer, which is very rare because we usually don't get those temperatures here unless it's like the middle of like the peak of summer, basically, Hochsommer, we call it. But no, that's not the case anymore. That's now average temperatures, almost. There's 4 more days of school left. Great. And hello, Mari. Welcome to the stream. Sorry for going on a little monologue, but I just need to make sure that people understand that I'm not exaggerating these temperatures, and I do love summer, don't get me wrong. I do love it. Today, fantastic example. Yesterday, not so much because I was working in the heat. So working in like doing physical work at such temperatures sucks balls. But today I was relaxing at the beach. So today I couldn't have wished for better weather, but not for streaming. Not for streaming. And in Germany we also have something like a rule called like Nachtruhe, which begins at 10 p.m. And after that you cannot really be that loud. So because people were suggesting, why don't you open your balcony door or your window? Then I would have to like moderate my voice a little bit, tone it down, because I might be just too loud for the neighbors, downstairs neighbors or upstairs neighbors, and I don't want them to call the cops on me. So yeah, I just have to melt in the room. I'm probably gonna post a video with the AU designs of everyone today. What is an AU design? I was eating. What were you eating, Mari? I had my first barbecue yesterday. My first real summer grilling outside barbecue. Oh, alternate universe. I apologize, there are just too many abbreviations out there. Just too many of them. Cannot keep up with them. I was eating cereal? Which ones? Too many is around. I like choco rice. Or chocolate rice. You know those? It's from Kellogg's, obviously, because Kellogg's owns like almost every one of them. But my absolute favorite is chocolate rice. Also take the chocolate flips if nothing else is around, okay? But if there's an option for chocolate rice, I'll get chocolate rice. I'm gonna show you. Absolute favorite. Kellogg's. Whoops. Ignore me flipping the phone. That was just a shortcut. Choco rice. Was it this? Choco rice. Yeah. Wait, what was it called? I always thought it was called chocolate rice. Choco Pops. It's called. Oh, okay. It's Choco Krispies. Choco Krispies. Yeah, you gotta try. If you haven't tried these before, you gotta try them. It's so delicious. I'm gonna show you real quick by going into the talk show studio. Look at these. Allerliebsten esse Choco Krispies. They're so delicious. I love them so much. They are delicious. Choco Krispies. They are delicious because afterwards, after you're done, the remaining milk turns into a chocolate milk, so you get 2 for 1. It's perfect. I mean, it's filled with sugar as well. Like there's so much sugar in there, but I don't care. Sometimes you just need that bowl of sugar. I haven't eaten anything but spicy chips today. That's good. You're supposed to eat spicy when it's hot outside. Like drink tea or eat spicy because then you sweat a lot and sweating is supposed to cool you down. Not just supposed to, it is the main function is to cool you down. But I swear I drank 3 liters today. Definitely 2. And then a bunch of sodas. We had a bunch of water bottles with us and watermelon and whatnot. So there's also lots of water in watermelon, right? So maybe I got close to 4 liters even today. But I know for sure that I downed a 1.5 liter bottle of water by myself. And then once again I had a bunch of sodas as well and watermelon and ice cream. Perfect. I gotta say though, today was kind of... Oh shit. Wait. I just noticed that we... Freak. Sorry, Double Trigger. That's now the 3rd time the TTS doesn't work and you spend your points. You get your points back. That is the one thing I forgot to activate before starting the stream. Okay, it's loading. TTS enabled. Hopefully it works now. Initializing TTS, checking that everything is in order. VTS POC is working. Alright. It should be working now. I'm sorry. Technically. Hello, Cairo! Cairo Wolf, hello, good to see you. Welcome to the stream, how are you doing? And welcome, happy Saturday to you as well, Double Chocolate Chip. I hate sweating, that's why my room is cold. Yeah, I mean, your bedroom should be cold. You should sleep in a fairly cold environment. If it's too hot, you cannot sleep. What time do you eat dinner at? It really depends on my workload, because I'm one of those... I taught myself to not eat until I get most of my shit done. And sometimes I procrastinate, so I starve, basically. I starve myself, unintentionally. Because my brain need that kind of... that thought of freedom, that I don't have to do anything after I eat. Right? After I have dinner, my day should be over. Like, everything should be done. And unless I have that feeling, I cannot eat dinner. I mean, if the task takes multiple days, then obviously my brain understands that I need to eat dinner at some point. But if it's like a thing that can be done within a day, right? Then I will not have dinner until that task is done. So it's... Usually I eat around 6 p.m. 6 to 7 p.m. But as I said, if I still have a task, if I need to finish the thing, there are days where I eat at 8 or 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. even. Sometimes if I'm so stressed, like there are days where I have my very first meal at 10 p.m. My very first meal of the day. I'm not very good when it comes to dealing with stress. I don't make a secret out of it. I'm terrible when it comes to that. And for some reason, maybe it's like a bad coping mechanism or something like that, I taught my brain to reward myself with food. So when the task is done, my brain goes, good job. Now let's grab some food and just enjoy the rest of the day. It's a very bad habit. I think it started around the time when I was breakdancing, because we had breakdance practice pretty like late in the day, and when I went home, usually with my buddies, we went to McDonald's or Burger King afterwards, because we had practice twice a week, on a Monday and on a Friday. Weird days, but that was because we rented a section of a gym from a school, and we only got those spots for 2 hours every Monday and Friday. So what we usually did Friday evening would go to Burger King, or get ready afterwards and go clubbing or something like that. So I think the habit that I created with rewarding myself after doing something physical or mentally straining began there. Every time I breakdance afterwards, right? Like during the week on Wednesday or something like that, my brain was craving burgers because I made that connection. It's my own fault. I forget to eat. I never forget to eat. It's just that I delay eating, which sucks. I know a bad coping mechanism that I taught myself is joking about my trauma. No, that's not a bad mechanism. That's actually good. You can actually turn that into a craft. A lot of comedians had very, very, very terrible upcoming, and their way to cope was to joke about it. I think joking is not a bad mechanism, a coping mechanism. I think it's actually a good one, a productive one, because there are definitely worse coping mechanisms that I also have. I think one of the bad habits that I have, which sometimes lead to very bad things IRL, is that I try to avoid conflict. I'm a conflict avoider. So even if I know I'm right sometimes, I would just not further engage in like an argument or something like that, because I'm just seeking peace. Even like there are situations where I just surrender basically, because I'm just, you know what, shut the fuck up. I just want to enjoy the rest of my day. So okay, you're right, I'm wrong, okay. All the arguments are on my side, but you're right, okay. Let's just stop doing this, please. My coping mechanism is sleeping, but lately I've been getting little to no sleep. That's a good coping mechanism. The worst part today, I only got 30 minutes of sleep. Why is that? 30 minutes of sleep? If I know that I cannot get a certain amount of hours of sleep, I just don't sleep at all, because at that point there's no benefit almost. Because I'm not good at napping. If I nap, I usually oversleep. And if I don't sleep enough, then I'll just feel like shit. So I almost feel like there's almost like a point of no return if you are still up at 6 a.m. and your alarm goes off, your alarm clock goes off at 6:25 or something like that. I would not go to sleep. Like, I would not risk it. There's no benefit in going to sleep at that point. Just too many risks involved. Oversleeping, or just sleeping 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or falling asleep and then having to wake up in the next second, basically. Um, yeah, I had many situations also in school where I just, you know, playing too much with the boys or watching a movie, and then I realized that, oh shit, the birds started chirping, and the sun is already up, so I'm just gonna take a shower and walk to school. Now that school day was fucked because of it, because like if you have no sleep, there's nothing that will go into your brain. Your brain is almost like you maxed out RAM and you need to restart the PC in order to max out your RAM again. But if you never restart it, then you'll just go to school with maxed out RAM and then, well, you cannot save anything anymore. It's just a wasted day. Honestly, I get the feeling when you never eat and you feel like you want to throw up, but when you eat, you want to throw up despite it being so good. I'm not exactly sure what you're saying with that. Are you saying that sometimes the food is so good that you eat too much of it and then you feel like throwing up? Because that is definitely also, yeah, that happens too. That happens too. Hello, Yelma. Hello, welcome back. Good to have you back. How have you been? Glad that you found the notifications. After a long time, I'm back. Yeah, how has life been? Like when I eat, I want to throw up, not because it's bad. That might sound like some like underlying issues you have, Cloudy, so you should be very careful with that. And I don't know, maybe also you mentioned a counselor the other day. You should probably talk with that counselor as well when it comes to that, because that might turn into like a bad relationship with food, which can like lead to anorexia. I forgot. I don't know the name in English, but yeah, you gotta be careful. And on that note, I'm sorry that I mentioned that on my last stream as well, but I need to make something clear here. Just for my own sanity, and I hope I don't sound dismissive or heartless or anything like that, but we gotta be a little bit careful with what we're sharing here in the community, and especially on the live streams, Cloudy, okay? I hope, once again, I feel with you. Don't get me wrong, like I don't want you to go through something like that. But you also have to keep in mind that in general, I'm trying to entertain people here, and I'm trying to create this space where everyone can have fun, even if it's for an hour or two, to just escape their lives, because everyone is going through some shit. Some shit is bigger than others. Right? My bad. Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure that people understand that I would love to like fix everyone's problem. I truly do, but I cannot do that. I'm also not a professional, and my DMs are open if there's truly no one that you can talk to, right? But I should definitely be the last line of option, because I would rather have you talk to me than to do something like that you will regret definitely later, right? So if worse comes to worse, if all options are depleted, then sure, go ahead and share that with me in a DM or something like that. That is, once again, I prefer that over the worst outcome that you can have in those kind of situations. But also understand that I'm human and I also have things that I have to deal with, and at some point my brain is also, my heart and my brain is maxed out, and I just cannot deal with something like that in a thing that I call my passion and hobby. Because if this passion and hobby also becomes something where I have to deal with other people's problems as well, and I don't want to disrespect, okay, then at some point it will just create too much negativity for me, and then I'll just stop probably. So yeah, please be aware that this is a space mostly to have fun and entertainment, and but that doesn't mean that I don't feel for you, okay? Like, I don't want anyone to feel bad or go through some bad things, but a live stream should be the last place to share that with anyone. And you have Mari, for example. You have great friends, Cloudy, and you have a counselor. So there are many options for you, hopefully, to deal with issues like that. But a random ass streamer on the internet should not be one of those options. Okay, like I'm literally a stranger on the internet, on a different part in the world. I have a lot to tell you guys. Well, go ahead and tell us, Yilma. I really need to take a minute and try not to overshare. Yeah, sometimes just taking a breath or two is all you need to do. And then maybe ask yourself, is that really now the place and the time to share it? In a live stream. Remember, this is a live stream, and once again, it's very hard for me to... Like the other day when you shared that terrible story with us, which is terrible, okay? And I do feel for you. But after hearing all of that, it's almost impossible to then go back to, hey, let's watch some funny cat videos. It's tough. It's a huge obstacle to basically throw those emotions that you just like experienced away and then go back into entertainment mode. Same goes for Mari for oversharing, throwing up pink things. I don't know what it is. Check with the doctor. Let's just keep. Let's just dial it back on sharing. If you're worried, go to a doctor, please. And also keep it low with those like one sentence spams. So I've unfortunately kind of quit Fortnite because they have so boring updates and it's not fun anymore. Why is it unfortunate, Yilma? If it's not fun anymore, it's not fun anymore. You know how many games I have quit because they're not fun anymore? The whole point of a game is to have fun. Yes, even in competitive games, you're supposed to win as well, right? Number one objective in a competitive game is to win. And some people can only have fun if they win. So I understand that as well, but number one objective should be to have fun. If you're not having fun anymore, take a break, and if you come back from the break and you realize that you still don't have any fun, then maybe just quit the game and play something else. Thankfully, we live in times where we have almost just an overflow of fantastic games out there. Great games. Then I've made it to my school soccer team and we won the championship. That is awesome. That is awesome. Maybe we'll see Yilma in the next club championship, which is currently ongoing. And today Borussia Dortmund, my team, played and they barely won. They suck so much, man. I want a different team. Can I just be a fan of a different team, please? A more successful team that is more fun to watch. I quit Adopt Me when I was 11 because it was boring. Yeah, that's just it's just how it goes. That's why I also try to tell my niece and nephew to not drop that much money into Roblox and Fortnite, because I just knew eventually they will grow out of it. And well, I was right. They grew out of Roblox. They don't play Roblox anymore, but they probably spent several $100s on Roblox, and now it's those whatever the shit they bought. I'm not familiar with Roblox, but they bought a bunch of things, and now it's sitting on dead accounts. Do you like My Pretty Usagi Poppin? Is that another anime? I think I need to emphasize that while I'm very pro anime, I watch a lot of anime. Most of my life was spent watching Shonen Jump anime. So every time when people come here and ask me about a certain type of anime, I don't know it. Also, it takes me a very long time to start and watch a new anime. As I told you, I'm a beast of habits, and it just takes me a long time to start something new. I amend my profile picture. Oh wait. Oh, I don't see the profile pictures as big as you might see it on desktop, because I have the overlay basically on my second screen. My second screen is a vertical screen, so everything is kind of squeezed and small. But I have a way to see your profile pictures in a like bigger way. There's a way for me to do it. Let me just switch back to the just chatting scene. And if I do this now, see, I can display. This is supposed to be a Q&A widget, but I usually use it to increase the size of the profile picture so I can see it. Yeah, that's cute. Is that a puppy or a rabbit? Looks more like a rabbit. Do you like it? Yes, I like it. I like these types of like very, how should I call it? Not primitive, but primitive on a. I'm using the wrong words. Maybe rudimentary. Like there are drawings that are very simple but very effective at the same time. I don't know what. Like I don't know the words to describe that kind of that art style, but Shinchan, for example, is one of those. Shinchan, also very easy type models, but very effective at the same time. I don't know. Do you know Shinchan? It was a show like when I was growing up. It's like a kindergartner who's basically exploring the world, and I don't even know what Shinchan was about. Basically learning lessons, I guess. But Shinchan is also one of those like drawings and characters who are very simple, but also very effective at the same time. Okay. Let me go back to the talk show so you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Wait. Wait. Why doesn't he show it? Why is there no image? YouTube? Opera? Ah, there we go. There we go. I just had the wrong window. Is it the little guy that looks bald but cute? Yeah, that's Shinchan. I've also watched every single episode of Invincible, and that's why my profile is Invincible. I'm obsessed. I kind of figured when I first saw your new nickname, I kind of figured that you've become an Invincible fan, Yilma. I haven't watched the second season yet. How many seasons are out there? I watched the first one. I thought it was very brutal, and it kind of, to some degree, shows you what the Saiyans were basically doing in the universe, because the Vultramites, which is like this conquering race that conquered the entire universe, basically because they're just too strong, just strong motherfrickers. Basically, like the Saiyans, they discard the weakest ones basically and only take the strongest, and they use their power to conquer the universe. So if you want to watch a very, very brutal comic, you should give Invincible a try. It's Season 1 also ends with an incredible like plot twist, and it will blow your mind unless you read the comics. There's 3 seasons now. Okay, see, I'm not up to date. I watched the first season, and then I don't know why I never watched the second season. I haven't watched Invincible at all. Convince me to watch an anime, guys, because I don't have anything to watch. What kind of animes are you into, Mari? Like, typically? More like romance animes, or shonen jumps, or horror, gory? I watch Fairly Odd Parents, A New Wish. I remember Fairly Odd Parents. Wait, is it still running, the show? I remember watching that as a kid. I didn't know it was still around. With Timmy was the main character, I believe. Main character's name was Timmy. Ah, Timmy. Not that Timmy. That was the one that I just mimicked was from South Park. Honestly, as long as the adult doesn't look like a child, it's fine. That's gonna be rough though, because most animes I know, or most shonen jumps I know, are kind of like their main characters are usually around, I would say like 16-ish, because it is made for high schoolers primarily, or like middle schoolers, high schoolers, I guess, depending on the anime. It is not built for an adult audience mainly. Adults can also enjoy anime, don't get me wrong, I do, but I think the target audience definitely like middle to high schoolers. So that's why you also have a lot of the high school themes, by the way. A lot of MCs will have, like, like a lot of animes will start in high school or in middle school. Or school themed. I've also got my 3 to 5 gift card of $25 for Roblox. Nice! And I haven't outgrown it yet. That's good. I mean, outgrowing is also such a broad term. I think you can pretty much enjoy every single game you want. There are adults who play Hello Kitty. Like the other, was it this year or last year? I think last year, or at the end of last year, there was a new Hello Kitty game that came out that I've seen a bunch of streamers play, because it was kind of like Animal Crossing, but with the Hello Kitty IP. So don't let anyone tell you that you're too old for certain games. However, there's definitely being too old for certain things in life, okay? Don't get me wrong. But hey, if you enjoy, I don't know, if you enjoy Roblox as a 67-year-old, all power to you. We can all need that little... gaming is supposed to be fun, and why should we not let someone who's a 60-year-old have fun in a video game? Difference is when they start primarily communicating with children, which happened a lot in Roblox, by the way, which is kind of weird. It was like a safe haven, like almost a paradise for PDF files. So I feel like if you register to Roblox and you're like 18 plus, they should totally or definitely like block from the get-go, block the communication systems for these people, because there's no need for a 50-plus-year-old, 30-plus-year-old, 20-plus-year-old to be communicating with a 9-year-old in a game. A new version with a girl named Hazel and Poof is older. His name is Perry now. Oh. I mean, I guess the fairly what was the English title? Fairly Odd Parents? Odd Fairies Parents? I mean, you could definitely just continue the series forever. To just, I don't know, because it's about fairies helping lonely children, right? What was the overarching like story of the fairy odd parents, fairy thingies. I think it was supposed to just be about a lonely child getting fairies in order to be happy or something, right? And as long as they are lonely children, they could always be fairies, right? I'm into tower defense games as well. Cool. You're growing up. You're growing. Your taste in games is growing. I watched this YouTube channel. He exposes pedo in games, acting like a girl to catch them and call the cops. Like to catch a predator. Yeah, but you gotta be careful with that as well, because in some countries, in Germany, if I remember as well, it's illegal to do that. It's illegal to basically place traps, even though you would technically have evidence that someone is a PDF file, right? You cannot, like, it will not go to court or anything like that, because you're not supposed, or you're not allowed to place traps for these types of people. So I know it's illegal in Germany. I don't know about any other countries, but it's definitely illegal to do in Germany. Is it Robot Master? Poof, the little purple baby that Cosmo had. Cosmo had a baby? Cosmo was one of the fairies, right? Cosmo and Wanda? Like, I'm definitely out of the loop. Last time I watched that, I was probably still 11 or 12 or something like that. Didn't even know fairies could have babies. He was the one who got pregnant. Cosmo had Poof, not Wanda. Okay, we're getting deep into the... we're getting deep into fairy lore now. So Poof is now grown up and is a fairy for another child. I forgot the name of the show in German. Was it Fairly Odd Parents? Oh, Fairly Odd Parents. I kind of get... The name in English makes so much sense. Fairly Odd Parents. Okay, what was the name of the show in German again? Oh, okay. Okay, that is probably why I had so much trouble. The German title for it was Cosmo and Wanda When Elves Are Helping. That's the German title. It's one of those situations where they changed the title completely for the German version. They tend to do that in Germany a lot for movie titles, for movie shows, and even for like animes and cartoons. Yeah, that's the official German title. Cosmo und Wanda, wenn Elfen helfen. Oh god. I'm sweating so much. Dude. Oh boy. One thing we can talk about, which basically started a Twitter shitstorm, and since I stopped doing dedicated videos for drama, I still wanted to talk about it a little bit, because it is kind of, it might actually change the landscape of YouTube forever. I mean, YouTube is already changing. You know how AI slop videos are making the rounds. Now every second or third short videos now made with AI. It will only increase by 2026. It's projected that 90% of videos being uploaded will be AI videos. So that's kind of rough, because if most of the things that we'll see on YouTube at the end of next year, it will be AI, then I'm also pretty sure that YouTube will change something about the monetization and whatnot. And it might be a hefty strike for the creator industry as a whole. So yeah, things might change really, really fast next year when it comes to video production and content creation in general. Hello, Nico. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today, Nico? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. TTS is enabled and should work now. I hope it works. It should work now, so you can send a message with exclamation mark TTS. It is on a cooldown though. It is on a 60-second cooldown, so beware. They need to stop with the AI shit, because that might really frick with my career. It's not gonna happen. I don't think anyone will stop it, unfortunately. I think it will only go in like further. Maybe they will at some point gatekeep it, but I'll doubt it, because ChatGPT already has like 120 million users. So I don't think ChatGPT will at some point be like, you know what, AI is a huge mistake. We'll only make it available for a few select people. I don't think that will be happening. But yeah. Let me just... We haven't... This is so weird, because at this point, we're having an AI is doing some weird shit story almost every week. You could check. Last week we were talking about AI. The week before that we were talking about AI. There's always... This technology is improving at a rapid pace, and we cannot keep up. I gotta go. Alright. Thank you so much for stopping by, Beansy. Thank you so much, and see you around. See you tomorrow, hopefully. It's gonna be hot. Use sunscreen. It's gonna be hot everywhere. The world is burning. But yeah, going back to the AI story, Mr. Beast, out of all people, Mr. Beast. Let me repeat, Mr. Beast, the face of YouTube, the face of the platform that claims to be for you, the creators. It's YouTube. It means you tube yourself, meaning you broadcast yourself. You upload on our tube. It's a tube for you, YouTube, right? The face of that platform has released a software, and I want to showcase that software to you. Bye-bye, Cloudy. See you around. I tried joining your Discord server to see your streaming schedule, but it said link expired. Yeah, because the link is expired. Sorry, Nico. I will try my best to update the Twitch schedule, because I mean, we have a dedicated schedule channel on Discord, and usually I would update the link and also show a graphic of what we're gonna do during the week. I stopped doing that at some point because I stopped also like streaming on Twitch, but now that we're back on Twitch, I need to make sure that the schedule is also working on Twitch. So I apologize. You did all the right things, Nico, but that was on my my mistake. All right, let us check out what the face of YouTube, the biggest creator on YouTube, who brags about putting so much into his creations. Okay, I'm gonna like use all the jabs I can against Mr. Beast, because he's the last person who should be doing something like that, because he was always like, oh, I spent $2 million on this next video, go check it out. And he always brags about what kind of awesome creator he is and how much he has perfected his craft, because he's the most genius creator in the field, and that might all be true, but he should be the last person who comes up with stuff like that. And you need to see this. Oh shit. I think I just might have closed the wrong window. No, okay, that works. Look at this. Wait, I need to mute this for a second. Look at this.
There's a new way to make professional looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them. From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail, it literally feels like cheating. This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're Mr. Beast. You would just type in Mr. Beast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano. This is perfect for inspiration, and if you do a couple iterations with the system, this is how you can literally generate your thumbnails going forward. Now let's say you don't want to take inspiration from a YouTube channel, you don't have to. As you can see here, I have a very descriptive prompt describing a Minecraft block that is glowing rainbow colors and vibrant Minecraft grass with trees in the background with no YouTube inspiration. So now let's hit generate, and I think you're gonna be impressed with what this comes up with. I have not altered this in any way. Look at this thumbnail it came up with. That is actually insane. All from one single prompt and no inspiration from any other channel. You can type literally anything you want and it will generate a thumbnail for you in a style that will make a viral YouTube video. And step 3, to show you how all out we went on this AI thumbnail tool, you can also copy a URL from any YouTube video. We'll just paste this one I have here. And in the prompt box, just tell it what to change in the thumbnail. To demonstrate, I have this F1 thumbnail with an F1 car. And so in the prompt, I'm just gonna simply type in change F1 car to minivan. That is all I'm typing in. I'm gonna hit generate. Let's see what it produces. And boom, it's done. Bro, I'm not even joking. Look, it swapped out the F1 race car for a minivan. That was it. I just typed in a prompt and it swapped it. This is crazy. If you really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it, don't worry.
Literally, like, this example was also one of the most stupid examples you could take, because first of all, it's a white background, right? There's nothing easier. Like, you could do this by yourself with just the most basic Photoshop tutorial in the world. It's the F1 logo, one text, and a like a car and an arrow. Like, if you're too lazy to even learn this, right, you shouldn't even bother. Like, this is the easiest shit. A toddler could do this. I shit you not. This is the easiest, like, graphic that you can think of. It's just text, F1 logo, which is a PNG or a vector file, or even a JPEG would work because it's a white background. An arrow, a car, and either shadow, or the image might already have the shadow applied, but like, if you want to add another layer, you could add the shadow layer, right? But it's just
the F1 race car for a minivan. That was it. I just typed in a prompt and it swapped it. This is crazy. If you really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the
I can do this in like two seconds, literally.
For a minivan. That was it.
Anyone
I just typed
can.
in a prompt and it swapped it. This is crazy. If you really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it, don't worry. We have this face swap tool that you can click. Upload a face you do
this
like,
takes the
and
cake.
Will instantly swap it.
This
onto
is
the
the
thumbnail.
worst
Show you
shit
how
ever.
Simple this is. I'm gonna take a photo of my face. Okay. I'm now gonna hit face swap and take the thumbnail from this to this automatically. I could go on and on, but this is the future of YouTube thumbnails. No more complicated Photoshop and having to get a PhD in how to edit things and figure out what 1,000 buttons do. Now you can literally just type into a prompt what you want and it'll give it to you.
Face of YouTube has been saying this. I don't understand this. I don't understand that Mr. Beast did not really have like enough self-awareness also to see how ironic that is. Dude. And this comes at the height of AI slop being uploaded on YouTube. As I said, every second or third video is now YouTube, is now AI. And I wrote that this was my comment, as if YouTube being flooded with AI video slop wasn't enough. Now those videos will get high click-through rates because of AI thumbnails, which will mimic the design of popular thumbnails made by humans. promoted by the face of the biggest creator on the platform. How ironic, man. It is so ironic. And it's kind of, it kind of reassures me that I should be doing more live streams, right? Because by the end of next year, 2026, it will probably have, if everyone is using Jimmy's new, or not just Jimmy's, like Mr. Beast's software, but there are probably similar softwares out there. We're gonna have an AI thumbnail which is going to mimic something that already got a high click-through rate, meaning people will likely click on it, right? Because they've seen something similar, maybe from Mr. Beast. So we already know that it works. Now we're gonna have 500, for example, Mr. Beast type of thumbnails. So it will have a high click-through rate, people will click on it, and the video will be AI slop. So it might actually be the final, I don't want to doom again, like be a doomer, but we might only have like 1 or 2 years left where the majority of things on the platform, on the YouTube platform, is made by humans. And that thought is kind of sad if you think about it. That is very depressing. Human craftsmanship and human work is getting devalued daily. And it's kind of scary if you think about it. It's kind of rough. People who use AI clearly never picked up a pencil. I wouldn't say that, but in the like the examples that he used were not examples that you could not learn yourself. That's the thing. Like the F1 example is one of the, it's not even, I wouldn't even call it a thumbnail. That's like the easiest shit that you can do. Text, logo, PNG, and then car PNG. That's on a white background. You don't even need to learn anything for that. Seriously, you need to be able to insert 2 images or 2 vectors and do a little bit of text on a white background, and then you have the same thumbnail as that F1 thumbnail. And I'm all for like AI being used as a tool, right? Like once again, I'm always gonna use that that example, but I think this example is very accurate. If AI is an extension of your arm, then I feel like that is perfectly fine. But if it's replacing your arm, that's when it gets a little bit, I don't know. Just I don't like that. One of my profs said that if you try to use the bulldozer before learning how to use the shovel, then you have a problem. Alright, and I feel like that's the case with people who solely rely on AI generated videos and now generated thumbnails. They never even used the shovel before, you know? And that is kind of, I don't know, I don't like that. Do I think that all AI videos a year from now, 2 years from now will be bad? No. But that's not the point. The point is that we should value even the shittiest human-made video should be valued higher than the best AI-made video. That's just my point, because you can see in someone's creator journey, right? You can see them go through a lot of struggles and a lot of changes with how they edit their videos, how they talk in front of a camera. You can see that with me. Unfortunately, I don't have footage anymore from 5 years ago. But as I said in one of my previous streams, I can now go live and talk about anything I want without any preparation. That was a thing almost impossible 5 years ago, because I learned by doing it. I just went live all the time and started using a language that is not my own. It's not my mother tongue. I was always good in English, don't get me wrong. Like I prefer watching stuff in English, and I never really had issues speaking English, but the idea to go live for 3 hours without any topics prepared or anything like that, and then just to talk to random people, that is not a thing that I thought I'll be able to do someday. But it happened. And this transition from me not being able even think about it, to being able to do it, that is called a learning curve, and that is called learning, and that is something very human, and that should be valued way higher than just dishing out a perfect video with a perfect human that doesn't exist. It's interesting that so many artists are exalted in history, but at the same time people lack a true respect for artistry. That is true. That is true. You see, even in that comment section of the video that I just played, lots of people are saying, you want to be stuck in the 90s, be my guest. Like, they exaggerated it. No one is truly, like, almost everyone in the creator space or in the creative space knows that AI will not disappear. The problem is that we are just heavily against AI replacing people and replacing art. It's the replacement that is the issue. And the most ironic thing about AI in general is that it is learning from humans. AI knows what a good image is because it studied good images made by humans. It knows what a good video is or a good movie is because it studied good movies made by humans. So now when it generates something incredible, and you cannot deny that some things just look freaking amazing these days with AI. That was only possible because it's basically stole the information from real human beings. I've seen people compare AI art to digital art because compared to traditional art, it's cheating because you can fix mistakes so much easier, flip image, etc. But like digital art still involves an actual person creating the thing. That is true. I would not make that a comparison at all. I do not agree with that. Because if I would now get a tablet, a drawing tablet, and a pen, I wouldn't be able to draw. So even with all the tools, I wouldn't be able to do that. So I would have to learn how to draw first, right? And being able to delete your mistakes faster because it's digital instead of like on a sheet of paper, I don't think. No, I don't think that will make you. I mean, there's purists in all of in all artistry. There's purists. There's purists in all artistry. You can ask. Just go into the photography forums, and you will see people hate on people making like images with, I don't know, with the automatic function of a camera or something like that. Even if the images that will come out of it are great, they don't appreciate it. There are purists who will use cameras who are completely analog and don't do any don't use any type of technology. There's purists in almost every type of hobby. But I would not say that digital art is like comparable to AI art at all. I suck in digital, but never would I use AI, bro. Also, people who draw digitally have a little bit of a disadvantage. Not as much anymore because the digital pens and the latency and whatnot is getting better and better and better to a point where it's almost like there's almost no difference anymore to a real pen, right? But just dial the clock back 5 years or 10 years. Like, you would do one stroke and the stroke would appear like a second later or 2 seconds later. So obviously people who draw digitally had to have more tools in order to undo their mistakes, because it's not as easy as using a pen. Now it might actually be easier. But I wouldn't say it was the same case just 10 years ago or 5 years ago. I would even argue it was probably a little bit more difficult because you had that delay and the real feel of a pen wasn't really there with those digital pens. But now, as technology improved and also displays improved, and also humans in general improved and how to use and properly do digital art, now it's probably on par with drawing on paper, just the feel, I mean. But I don't know, I'm not an artist. I think we should also make a distinction of like people using like AI, because once again, AI can definitely be an extension, right? There are some fantastic artists who will use all the AI tools now in Photoshop or in Adobe Illustrator and whatnot to make their art, human-made art, even better. So as I said, we shouldn't just point the finger at AI and be like, this is the worst technology that comes out of the human hands and we should forbid it and we should ban it. But we should definitely have, I mentioned this many, many times before, I think we should have some sort of royalty system. If AI is stealing from an artist, first of all, it should not steal from a source that it doesn't know like where it's from, right? But if it does, if it gets inspired from, let's say, Nico and Mari. Let's say I generate an image and the main inspiration for this image was an image made by Mari and an image made by Nico. You should get some sort of royalties, even if it's in the cents, right? For every generated image that primarily used your image as an inspiration, you should get 1 cent. We should Spotify this shit. Like a Spotify system. Exactly, I need my slice. Yeah, especially since nobody asked you. That's also the thing. That's also a huge problem. Same with Mr. Beast's technology or software. Every single, like a lot of creators, including like bigger ones like Jacksepticeye, said, "Hey, I did not give you permission to use my thumbnail for training." I mean, you probably give YouTube, in a sense, the permission if you upload a video, because nobody reads the TOS and nobody reads the fine print. I mean, they do all of those rules in like plain text and in an unreadable plain text for a reason, because they know nobody's gonna read it. It's like when you sign up to I don't know, Ubisoft or something like that, and it's just 3 walls of text like, do you agree? Yeah, I agree. Whatever I agree to, I don't know, because nobody reads it. And I think if you upload a video, you probably also like sign off your rights to your thumbnails or whatever. But nobody, nope. The point is that Mr. Beast did not ask anyone to use their thumbnails as inspiration and whatnot. Better to make money together than to steal. True. If it's like a joint venture, joint experience, then it can be used for good as well. Yeah, I'm just a little bit, I don't know. Like just a month ago, I felt like I should increase my video output, right? Because I don't really upload a lot of videos, and videos are our main growth creator, basically. Main growth from YouTube channels comes from videos, not from live streams and not from shorts. And just last month I was thinking about just increasing video output, but looking at the environment of AI videos and the projections of AI videos and whatnot, right? I feel like maybe I should just focus more on doing live streams, because so far, even though AI is getting very smart and there's also like AI VTubers already, I think it will still take a long time to replace actual live streaming with AI. It's probably also going to be very expensive, running an AI for like 4 hours or 5 hours. So maybe I should stop doing that. I don't know. Change plans. Or stop altogether. I just don't know what an environment will look like when 90% is dominated by AI. All right, it's already tough being seen as a creator. Now, if 90% of videos on the platform is not even humans anymore, how is discovery gonna be? Because there's already a button that, if you upload a video, there's already a button that you can check, or like a field that you can check if you used AI in your video. So it would be cool that if someone checks that that field, that at some point you'll be able to filter things out, like human-made or AI. But at the same time, I feel like people can abuse it and just not check that field. So it will basically be treated as human-made and not AI. You know what I mean? Imagine YouTube being filled with 90% AI and 10% human-made. It's going to be increasingly hard finding something human-made. So what's the point? You know what I mean? What's the point at creating it anymore? Maybe there's going to be some competitors who will emerge. Maybe there's going to be like a human tube made by humans for humans that everyone will switch to. But I just see huge red flags with AI videos and AI thumbnails being the majority that will be uploaded on YouTube, because I feel like it will completely ruin the creator economy as well, because YouTube will be like, why should I pay someone out for ads if I can just, I don't know, flood my own system with ads and AI slop and AI thumbnails and shit like that. Like I just don't see it. There are two ways that this could go, I feel like. One way would be human or humans who still create human content, right? I mean human-made, where you did not use a human-made thumbnail or a human, like an AI. Wait, what am I saying? So content where you did not use any AI for the thumbnail or for the video might increase in value. Right? That could be one option. So human-made stuff is like handmade stuff, remember? like handmade stuff usually has a higher value because you cannot mass produce it most of the time, and it's like human work that goes into that, human detailed work, so you're also willing to pay more for handmade things. So maybe the YouTube video content creation field will move in that direction, where you can get the fast stuff, which is AI, which might also entertain you, but then you get the human-made stuff, which will maybe increase in value. Maybe the ad revenue for human-made videos made by humans will increase because there's not gonna be a lot of them anymore. Yeah, but it's gonna be very weird. A very weird time. And I just hope that AI just stays where it is right now. Just an extension of things. No replacement. I don't think we need to replace anyone with it. Or we should. Not just we need, but we should. But unfortunately, I just know humans too well. At some point, everyone will do it and it will be normalized. A lot of things are being normalized which are not good, and AI will be probably one of them. Where at some point it's going to be hard for smaller streamers and smaller creators like myself to completely ignore it. Maybe at some point I'll also be like, you know what? I cannot compete anymore. So I only have one option, like stop or do the same things that the majority does. I think that's how like things get normalized, when you feel like you don't have an option anymore as a creator to make it in this industry and be like, oh no, okay, I'm just gonna do what everyone else does. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna vote for not making AI the main thing, so cannot vote against it. What dictates is clicks and money. And last month, the third most viewed short on the entire platform of YouTube was an AI video. So if an AI video can generate like, I don't know, 100 million views and I don't know how many $1,000, that's an incentive for others to do the same. Because usually what happens in an industry is that there's an industry leader and then everyone tries to copy the industry leader. If the industry leader becomes AI, everyone will try and copy that AI industry leader. And I think that is what will happen, and I think it will happen way sooner than the end of 2026 where it's projected. I think it will probably, it's starting to happen now, like where people see, oh my god, everyone is, like AI videos currently are blowing up. AI ASMR videos are blowing up. So people see that. People can see that you can make a quick buck with it, with this AI thing, because it's currently super popular. And then other people are inclined to repeat that and try to mimic that. That is, as I said, how things are getting more normalized. You see it, oh my god, it works for them. 100 million views. Gonna try it as well. And then you get like 50 million views. And then a third person sees, oh my god, 100 million views, 50 million views. I'm gonna try and mimic that as well. And then they get like maybe 40 million views or 30 million views. And I see this, like the entire platform is currently being flooded. And the flood will increase unless someone steps in. But why should YouTube step in when it generates watch hours? You have to understand that the main goal of YouTube is to keep people glued on their platform. Not just YouTube, every platform wants this. Every social media platform wants your time. Watch hours is one of the most important metrics. They want you to watch and stay on the platform as long as possible. You know why? So you can start watching ads. That is their main growth factor, like money maker, is selling ad spots to people, so they make money. And the longer you stay on YouTube, the more likely it is that you will encounter 1 or 2 or 3 ads, and every single time you watch an ads, one advertiser has to pay YouTube. Because if you ever got into Google Ads, you probably know how it works depending on your field. For example, if you're selling car wheels, right? Then there are multiple ways for you to advertise. Some of it is also search term advertisement, or search term. I don't know the right words in English, but basically every single time someone is looking for car tires or writes the words cars and tires together or separated, there's an auction happening. A keyword auction basically. And the one who pays the most, right, the one with the biggest budgets will usually show up first as a search term or a search result. And every single time someone is, for example, let's say you paid for the search terms tires, right? So every time someone is typing tires, there's an auction happening, and depending on how much money you allocate to your campaign, let's say you are super rich and you say for every single time someone uses the keyword tires, I want to spend up to $1 to win that auction, to win that search result, to get that person to see my result first. So someone types tires, and since you have so much money, you will show up first. Johnson's Tire Company, and then you click on Johnson's Tire Company, like, because it's the first link and people are lazy. And the moment you click on it, that's when YouTube like gets even more money, because there's also like click results. So for successful clicks, not for you just showing up because of the keyword, but also for successful clicks, you have to pay, and you can spend $500 per day. That's how Google makes its money. Google makes its main money with ads and targeted ads, and they're very good at targeting ads because they know everything about us. It's kind of scary that if you ever started a Google Ads campaign, you can basically filter out to a point where you can basically get a specific type of human person. You can type whether you want a married person or not married person, single with children, single without children, a person with a higher education, academic career, a person even looking into dating and whatnot. You can filter so much that you can almost pinpoint a certain type of you know, like a certain type of people who behave in a certain way. we're gonna be replaced. AI is supposed to be a tool, not a replacement. No, I think there's gonna be a replacement wave happening, and then after that it will stabilize. I think there's gonna be a lot of things that will be streamlined and just used AI instead. Like, I can see all the call centers and whatnot, for example, to completely disappear. I mean, it's already so bad that if you want to get a human on hand, if you have an issue with anything e-commerce related, right? You're gonna have a tough time. You're gonna speak to robots 90% of the time, and in only rare cases you finally get through an actual human. So that is already happening. I think there's gonna be an adjustment phase where a lot of people will lose their jobs, and then it will kind of like stabilize. That's what I think. That's why you sometimes might think your phone is listening to you, but they don't even need to listen, they just use your data. Yeah, but I also think they're listening. Sometimes. And it's not just me thinking or conspiracy theory. There is already, like, they already admitted that they are listening to keywords. They're not listening to your whole conversation, but your phone, if you have certain things enabled, or if you have a Gmail account or Google account or whatever, there must be some way of giving them permission. I don't know what you have to do for it, but we'll just never know because we never read the fine prints. But they already, like, basically admitted that there's keyword listening. So if you just repeat, you can test that, by the way. You can just use a specific keyword, like I don't know, let's just use tires again. I don't know why I keep thinking about tires. You use tires all the time, talking, not even directly to your phone. Just do that. Keep talking about tires the entire time. Do not Google it. Do not look for tires or anything like that. Just say tires the entire time. The entire time. And eventually you will get you get a tire ad. But as Nico has said, they don't even need to do that. They don't even need to listen, because your daily routine is already being tracked. There's cookies, for example, but there's also just your phone usage, right? Waking up in the morning, going to work. Like, they know when you go to work. They know when you start ordering certain things, when you go grocery shopping, because everyone of us dumbasses now has a grocery shopping ad as well, like from Lidl or Aldi or anything like that. This will all be shared and sold. Our data is being sold. Data selling is the biggest economy these days. Lidl is not giving you discounts for downloading their Lidl app because they're nice. It's because they get valuable data about your shopping habits, and they will sell that data to bigger companies who will now know your shopping habits and when to, like, provide you with certain ads and whatnot. We're like cattle. I always think it's so funny that people are like, I'm not in the loop, like I'm not on Google, so so they cannot get me. Yes, they can get you through so many other things. Yeah, but that never really made me scared of participating in it. I don't really mind. Like, I'm an open book. They can. I mean, if they give me the right ads, I really appreciate it. Even most of the times, I don't get the right ads. That's why ads suck. I gotta bail. Adios. All right. Take care, Mari. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I think I'll go to bed now as well. We've been live for 1.5 hours. Short stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep my promise with playing an 8 hours of Expedition 33 today, and I'll doubt I'll be able to do it tomorrow, because tomorrow is gonna get even hotter than today. But on Monday it's cooling down, and yeah, I'll try my best to do that on Monday. But take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see each other maybe tomorrow late night again. Very late night, because it's hot. It's getting hot in here. So hot. So take up all your clothes. Alright, take care. Don't get worried about AI. You're valuable to me. To one person at least, and that's me. Don't worry about it. You know, it doesn't help to now be like, oh my god, I'm gonna be replaced by everything, right? If it happens, it happens. But do not stress yourself now, okay? You're still, at this very moment, a valuable person to the industry, a valuable person to your company. To this very day. It might change tomorrow, who knows? But let's not worry about what was yesterday and not worry about what is tomorrow, because the present and today is a gift. That's why the present is called the present, because it's a gift. There's a phrase that I completely butchered right now, but there's a cool phrase, something about yesterday was the past, tomorrow is the future, and the present is the present or some shit. Alright, good night. Bye-bye.